This anime right here is one of the most underrated anime I've ever seen. Fall 2022 had some good ass anime. Chainsaw Man, Spy Family, Mob Psycho, Blue Lock, Bleach, and Boji the Rock, just to name a few. There are so many notable anime airing that season that it's not surprising that so many anime got overshadowed. One of them being Akiba Maid Wars. So imagine this: gang violence, guns, turf wars, but with maids. So you got this girl, Nagomi, who has dreams of becoming a maid, and moves to Akihabara in order to pursue that dream. It starts off pretty normal. She gets to know her co-workers, serving customers, and all that other girly shit, until her boss tells her to send a message to a rival maid cafe. After delivering the message, shit starts to go down, and that's when the true nature of this anime starts to show. They get into a mass shootout, and Nagomi's co-worker, Ronko, beats the living shit out of all the maids. Afterwards, Nagomi learns that being a maid ain't sunshine and rainbows. Thus, her new life as a maid begins. Alright, that's it for the synopsis. Now let's get on to the good shit. What makes this anime so good? First, let's talk about its wacky concept. Normally, when you think of maids, you think about these cute, sweet, bubbly girls that can do no wrong. So it makes sense that some sick fuck would throw a 180 on that concept and turn it into something completely different. Now you got badass maids with their own gangs, their own turfs, and their own business practices, just like the real Yakuza. And that dynamic works so well in this case. On the surface, you got maids doing typical maid shit as a way of making money. But beneath the surface, they're doing Yakuza shit. A portion of the money they earn goes to their boss. And their boss is a gang leader in charge of multiple branches of maid cafes. Because in the world of Yakuza, money is power. And these maids get into fights and shootouts very often, almost as if it's part of their daily lives. Just what you'd expect from the Yakuza. It's such a goofy concept, but it works. Off the top of my head, I can't compare this to any other anime. Like, it doesn't remotely remind me of anything. That's how original and absurd the concept is, and I fucking love it. Next, let's talk about the characters. Each of these characters are memorable and fleshed out with their own personalities and backstories. I especially love the main cast since most of the characters are over the top and feel like family. Aside Nagomi, a lot of them are risk takers or total badasses. And because most of these characters are so out of pocket, that's where most of the comedy stems from. And even though they're co-workers, they all feel really close. They get along with each other and help each other out when times are tough. I don't think there was a single character I hated in this anime, either because they were well written or they were serviceable. And as you get deeper into the anime, you start to love them even more, which complements the drama and eventful moments in the show. You'll feel happy when they're happy, and you'll feel sad when they're sad. Last, let's talk about the genres, that being its action and comedy. It's not as brutal as cyberpunk edgerunners where the characters die in the most brutal and comical ways possible, but it still retains that same goofiness. Like, there's this one scene where this bitch gets shot in the head, and blood starts gushing out like she's squirting from her pussy. And going back to that scene with the mass shootout, as Ronko's beating the shit out of all the maids, she's doing that all in sync while lighthearted music is playing in the background. And that's just a taste of what this anime has to offer. Overall, I really love this anime. I promise that you'll have a fun ass time watching this. I'm willing to bet my nutsack and social security number that you'll have a smile on your face after finishing this anime. I can't think of many complaints off the top of my head, but if I had to pick, I would say maybe the ending. Without going into spoilers, the ending does make sense, but I would have liked to see more of how it got to that point. I don't mind it too much because, again, the ending does make sense, and it leaves room for a potential season 2 if we were to get one. Thus, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. If you ever want to watch a goofy anime with high quality action and comedy, then I highly recommend Akiba Maid Wars. Anyways, that's the video. If you enjoyed it, maybe you should like and subscribe to the channel. Who knows? Maybe you'll get a maid that'll give you some of that special maid service, if you know what I mean. I'd see ya.